All right, second video for the day. It's Saturday, November 7th. It's warm, it's dry, it's sunny. I was asked a question, why is the roof such a simple design? Well, the answer is, it's a simple design because I like simple designs. It's a gable roof. Clearly, look at the design. There's two sides. Reasons are simple, easy to install, easy to maintain. Doesn't have a lot of dormers or other things that allow water to penetrate the space. If there is a leak, it's easy to repair. Unlikely there'll ever be a leak. It also allows, and this is the hippie in me, water collection. I'm going to have 6-inch gutters here, a couple inches bigger than normal. But in the Midwest, like many parts of the country, you can get 1 or 2 inches of rain in a day, and that's one huge space. The whole roof is probably around 4,500 square feet of collector surface. And I think an inch of rain is tons and tons of water. So potentially it would rain, 6-inch gutter. I could then have a downspout that has a little connection in it at the end, and then dump it into water containers, which can then be used later on to water things. It does get droughts in the Midwest. It's always nice to have an extra couple of 1,000 gallons or 3,000 gallons of water in the middle of a drought. We do have wells out here. There's no reason to bleed a well dry, attack the groundwater with a bunch of pumping. If all you need is a pump from the reservoir that's got 1,000 gallons of water that you can then use to water the trees, water the lawn, and allow it to survive the bad weather. And I like the simplicity of the look. I know there are a lot of people with $1 million, $2 million homes that love to have the roof, all these complex structures and carpentry. To me, it just adds cost. Really, the heart of a home is in the home. A lot of people believe that the exterior is what defines them as a person. This sort of defines me. It's simple, it's straightforward, it's clean, it's minimalistic, and that defines me. And I like the fact that the house is simple. Now, in the future, if somebody wanted to put a solar array up there, it's got a perfect southern exposure, which you can see. It's around noon right now. I'm not a fan of putting solar arrays on roofs unless there's some overwhelming reason why you have to do it, like you've got no space. I have tons and tons of area for ground mount out there. As you can see, I can put ground mounts all day long, and the house is prepared for a ground mount should I put a solar panel so the power can be running in, so we energies can share the love. I used to have an 8 kilowatt array out there, but when the old house burned down, I actually took it and moved it, gave it to my son. But overall, it's a very sweet, elegant design. The other advantage, or the other question I've been asked is, why is the house so close to the street? Because realize my property goes back 1,500, 2,000 feet, way back there. And they all say, well, why didn't you build one of these grand driveways that's 1,200 feet long and comes out here? Well, cost is the first reason. I don't have enough of an ego that I need to have my house 1,200 feet back. Snow plowing, I mean, it can get nuts here. Imagine having to have somebody plow 1,200 feet of roadway, potentially 20, 30 times in a year because it's one of those heavy snow seasons. This way, it's a very short run. Somebody can come in, back drag the snow out. I will park a snowblower inside the garage, plugged in, start it, and then I can just literally, it's 148 feet from that garage door to the street. And you can do a 20-foot wide, 148 feet with a powerful 2-stage snowblower in a very quick amount of time. And then if you do it and the next day it snows again, you're not just getting beat up with having to do it over and over again. That's one of the reasons we have the overhang, is to prevent lots of snow coming down on the entrance apron and in front of the garage. The last thing you want to do is have a foot of snow in front of your garage The plan is with this overhang, it'll stop the majority of snow. So when you bring the snow blower out or the shovel, you're not having to plow or clean the area next to the house, which of course damages the siding. You're already 5-6 feet away, and you just snow blow the snow this way. It's also a nice straight shot if you're trying to drive out, which makes it easier. It just makes life easier. So that's the reason. Simple design on the roof, simple design on the side of the house. It's minimalistic, it's clean, nothing fancy, easy to repair, easy to build, and a nice straight short driveway. I do have the advantage that I live in a very quiet area. One thought I'm having with the landscape person I consulted with this year, and we won't do any landscaping this year, is that I can actually put some berms along the roadway. So any sound that comes from a vehicle or a motorcycle will hit the berm, be reflected up over the house. Now, it is a tightly sealed house, and since most air sound is carried by openings, small, minute cracks, and it's triple pane glass everywhere, most of the sound that comes from the roadway will be stopped. And then since the sleeping quarters are back there, you've got this entire house that will stop the transmission of sound so that the sleeping area doesn't get hit with car sounds. Not that there's a lot of it, but it's sort of interesting. The less sound you have, the more obvious it is when you have it. So another beautiful day looking out at the house. Boy, these guys are doing good work. I just got to keep saying that. It's just amazing to watch all the work that's being done. One last thing, I didn't realize how complicated and difficult doing vinyl would be. Apparently it's harder with other certain materials to cover a house, but vinyl is pretty difficult. And I like the way it looks. I just like vinyl. It is actually easily recyclable. There's actually a way to recycle vinyl. Other sidings, unless it's metal, not so much. It goes in a landfill. There is no formal recycling process. Oh, we have some bike riders going by. Yeah, I should really be in my bicycle today. But it is a gorgeous day, gorgeous area. The house is clean, simple, practical, straightforward. It's still one big house. I mean, realize it's about 4,000 square feet, and realize that half of it's garage and half of it's living space. But a 2,000 square foot living space is pretty big. It's not a small house. 3 bedrooms, 2 full baths. I tried to make it as small as I could, but it just got bigger and bigger. Enjoy the day. Next week, it's going to be wet and rainy and yucky. But I love you all. Bye.